Wednesday Fendi song.
It's hot. Let's play a game. What's your favorite scary movie?
Scream 3. Scream 4. Scream 5.
Right answer. Oh, wait, not Scream 5. Wrong answer.
Wrong answer.
Anyways.
Well, I wonder who the killer could be this time.
Hey, it's Nikki Jensen.
And Brie Piccone.
And we're
Late to the party.
A weekly podcast about film, fashion, and pop culture from two best friends mentally in Woodsboro.
You gotta get that off.
God, that was hot. Whew. Oh, yeah, I'm the killer.
Oh my god, I would have never guessed.
That hurt my
Is
nose.
your nose okay?
These are not made for people with, like, prominent noses.
No.
Adrian Brody could never.
Really? Jeez, what the heck? It's like, that's not nice.
There's no room.
There really isn't. Dang. Wow. You took one for the team.
I did. Anyways, hey.
Hey.
How are ya?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
How was it being a killer?
It was very fulfilling.
Yeah.
And I lived.
What was the best part?
Because I'm a sole survivor. Oh, the best part?
Yeah.
You know. Just chilling. Killing.
Chilling between killings.
Yeah, just chilling, killing.
Nice.
What's up? That's my favorite scary movie. So anyways, today we are channeling our inner Randy Meeks.
Yes.
And we are going to discuss Scream. Primarily Scream 6, because that just came out.
Yes.
And Scream 4, my personal favorite of all the Screams.
Yes. Which we both saw the Scream 6, but I've just seen Scream 4 the other night.
I couldn't believe you haven't seen it before.
I've seen clips. Like, some of it was definitely familiar to me, but that was it. Like, I think I've seen some of the beginning, and I don't know. Like, maybe it was at someone's house or on TV, just like in passing, but I haven't like sat down and watched it.
Because to me, you seem like the horror movie guru.
Really? Oh,
like,
my God.
Out of the two of us, I feel like in recent years, I've maybe pulled ahead.
Yeah.
But for the longest time, I was afraid to watch scary movies. And you were like the scary movie
That's
gal.
right. I forgot. You conquered your fear.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. Yeah. I don't know. I love a good scary movie.
What is your favorite scary movie?
I like my actual favorite,
Yeah.
honestly. I really like The Ring. I know it's like kind of cheesy.
No, it's a good one. It's really scary.
I really like it. So like I like The Grudge as well, but they're very similar. Trying to think what else though. I like When a Stranger Calls. The one with like, is it Camilla Bell?
Camilla Bell?
Camilla Bell? Is that her name?
I think so.
You know what I'm talking about?
Camilla Bell, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're into like the Japanese remakes.
Yes, very much.
Cool. Have you ever seen like Ringu or, the Japanese Grudge?
No. Well, no. Well, no. I don't think so. I don't know where that accent came from.
It was because you're wearing that flannel.
I'm wearing this flannel.
Don't you know?
Oh my God. Yeah. No, I've heard of it, but I hear it's even scarier. I'm a little scared to watch, to be honest.
Yeah, I remember when I first got into horror films proper, I went to, at the time, there was like a really like hipster video store in where we went to college, and they had every genre and subgenre, and they had like Swedish horror and like Japanese horror, and I remember being like, I want to watch Swedish horror, but being way too spooked by just the covers.
Did you watch any?
Never.
Oh man, there was this thing on Netflix. I think I think it was a Swedish horror thing recently called The Rain. I think I'm pretty sure it was. Correct me if I'm wrong, internet. But it was kind of like a dystopian situation, kind of like The Walking Dead. Like it's like kind of like you get a disease, but it's from the rain this time. I don't know. But it was kind of creepy.
From the rain.
And it was I thought it was creative.
Nice.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
And it wasn't too spooky?
No, it was just as spooky as The Walking Dead. But see, that's the only like experience I've had with that, with like Swedish horror.
Because I've heard Swedish horror is fucked up.
Dang.
But that's alleged because I've never seen one. I'm too much of a scaredy cat.
Yeah.
But back to Scream, because Screams are my favorite horror movies. The first Scream might be my favorite, like one of my favorite movies.
What do you like the most? Is it like kind of like that it plays on all these tropes and stuff as well? Like it's cheeky?
I love it. I love Wes Craven's, like horror sensibilities. Like he knows how to direct a horror film.
Mm-hmm.
R.I.P. And Kevin Williamson writes these films so well.
Mm-hmm.
Like just something, they're like funny, they're satirical, they're biting. You can always tell in a Scream, because now it's like a whole franchise. You can tell when Kevin Williamson wrote the script versus when he doesn't, because something feels off. And I think in 1996, this wasn't, like the horror genre was kind of dead anyways. And this revived it, but did it in a way where it's like, we're in the 90s, we're in the mid 90s, we're aware of all these tropes.
Yeah.
And for Wes Craven, who essentially invented all these tropes to do it. And then like the final girl, like Sidney Prescott to me is the perfect final girl because she subverts
Agreed.
all the things like a final girl does. Like she's not virginal in the first one.
No.
She loses her V card and she does fight back.
Yes. She's always fighting back. I love that about her.
And final girls fight back, but Sidney does it in a different way. It's different.
Yeah, it's also rare, I feel like, to be the final girl all the time, like she kind of just ends up being the final girl and she's still standing, you know what I mean? Like,
well, and she's also the one that like saves the day. It's rare that like a final girl is also straight up the heroine. Like even in the newer Scream, like Scream 5, when Sidney returns, when Sidney comes into Gale to some degree too, but especially Sidney, she's gonna save the day. Everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah, I know what you mean. She's got this.
Yeah, and she like takes down Ghostface.
Yeah, I'd feel safe having her around, and even though it seems like the murders follow her. So
that's true.
I don't know.
It's a
like,
double-edged sword.
It is a double-edged sword. It's like she can never escape Ghostface, yet she's the only one that can really defeat him.
It.
Except
well, that's a final girl thing too.
How do you feel about her not being in the latest one though?
Messed up,
right?
I feel very strongly that Neve Campbell is Scream.
Yes, I agree.
I didn't hate the sixth one, but would it be better with Neve Campbell? Yes.
Yeah.
And also, give her all the money.
Yes.
Give her what she wants.
Yes, don't be cheap.
I mean, okay. I could rant a lot because I feel like there's just a lot of hills I want to die on. And we'll get into them a little more later.
Silent Hills?
Yeah, I have some Silent Hills I want to die on. Yeah. I think there's some Resident Evil at play.
I knew it.
Well, we've reached our final destination. Okay, but there are some Silent Hills I want to die on.
Yeah.
First, Justice for Scream 4.
Okay.
I think that movie is probably the second or debatably third best in the franchise. Also, way more relevant than Scream 5 and the new Scream 6.
Yeah.
I think Scream 5 is trash.
Okay.
I think Neve Campbell deserves all the money.
Agreed.
Because Scream 6, there's some aspects that I'm sure ran up the budge.
Yeah.
Probably Jenna Ortega.
Uh-huh.
But that's okay. Get her money.
Yeah.
Courtney Cox.
Courtney Cox, yeah.
But they obviously didn't pay a lot for the music, because the music sounded like Billie Eilish.
I was gonna say there's Billie Eilish, right?
Was
she
it
in there?
her?
I think there had to be. It sounded like her. At least one song.
Not good music. Obviously, they didn't pay a lot for that. Like, there's just things that, like,
I know what you mean, though.
did they film on location in New York? Is that
Was that
why?
New York? It didn't. Is it New York?
I don't know, but
Those are
why
some
not?
wide alleys.
That's true.
Just
That's
saying.
what I thought
New York
too.
had like skinnier alley. I'm sure there's different parts of New York, but
Those were some wide alleys.
yeah, I didn't know if that was for like visual effect or just like how like when they film inside of airplanes, how it's like bigger than.
That's true.
I don't know, but maybe it was New York. I don't really know.
I've never seen an alley that wide.
Yeah,
Unless they were the alleys where you can drive a car through it.
maybe. I mean, actually, that happens. I've seen.
That's a
Yeah.
thing. Anyways, did the alley budget run too much so they couldn't pay Neve Campbell? That's crazy. So, I don't know. I just think it's not a Scream movie without Neve.
Yeah, if it definitely was weird. I mean, I feel like I enjoyed it surprisingly.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot, like more than I thought I would, and more than the fifth one. And despite like Neve not being in the cast, I still really enjoyed it. Like I thought it was good. They did a good job. Somehow it worked without her, even though I feel like it is messed up and I would have liked to see her in it. I don't know what they would have done though. Like I don't know how they would have put her. Maybe they could only get Kirby. I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm like, where would she have fit into this narrative? Like what would she have done? Would she have saved the day? Would she be almost slashed instead of Gale? Or would she be one of, you know what I mean? Like, I have so many questions how that would be written in there.
But there are ways to fit her in.
Definitely.
For just like a day shoot.
I hope that maybe they'll make another one and she'll be in that one. I don't know.
For sure going to make another one.
They have to, right?
Well, it was number 1 at the box office. It's doing really well.
It's the requel.
And there has to be a third.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how these new Screams go.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But I surprisingly enjoyed Scream 6. But I just have so many gripes with just everything.
I understand.
But
But the intro.
oh, but okay. So Screams,
Yeah.
to me, Neve Campbell defines a Scream movie.
Yeah.
But also the opening scene.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a good one, that's when you know the Scream movie is gonna be good and on and poppin'. I can forgive everything in the world if they have a good opening.
Yes. Well, I even liked the opening of the fifth one. I didn't really care a whole lot for the movie itself, but I enjoyed the opening, and I think it's because it was so similar to the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Like the parallels. I don't know. It just felt. I saw what they were doing there.
For sure, except she lives, which could be cool.
Yeah, but everyone lives in Scream. The spoilers. Everyone lives in Scream 6.
But yeah, that's also crazy. This is the first Scream where they wouldn't let anyone die.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings about that.
Well, I don't know. If we're going to get into the new Screams, I really did like the opening sequence with Jenna Ortega and Ghostface. However, I loved the idea in the first film how promotionally you thought going into it that Drew Barrymore was going to be in this new movie called Scream.
Yes, you'd be like, she's going to be the lead, right?
Yeah, and she uses her cachet in that surprise twist that she dies in the beginning, even though it's her face on the poster.
Yeah.
That's a subversion of expectations, and I think it's really cool. And I don't think Jenna Ortega at that point had that level of fame. I mean, now she totally does. I think if she wasn't in this franchise,
Yeah.
that could totally work for an opening sequence. But I don't have a problem with her living in Scream 5. It's more that I do not like the girl who plays Sam. And I know I've talked about this before.
Yeah.
But she just doesn't do it for me as a heroine, as the new Sidney.
I know what you mean.
It's not there.
Yeah. I have mixed feelings on her, too. I feel like I liked her better in the 6th one versus the 5th one. Like, maybe her acting has gotten better or something. Like, she's kind of growing on me. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I feel like Jenna Ortega, something about her, I feel like she's really good. And I'm just like, she convinces me like she is this character. But this other character, she just seems detached. But I don't know if that's also part of her character because she has like Billy Loomis in her.
I don't like that storyline to begin with.
Yeah, I feel a little mixed feelings because I'm like, why is she hearing his voice and like he's like be a like I mean it's a little, you know, maybe now that I'm thinking about it, it's a little Norman Bates.
It's a little bit,
you know, like it's a little like
I just like why of all storylines, things to just cover in a Scream movie, why this?
Yeah.
Why it's not really fun. It's not really biting to have this like weird Billy Loomis storyline. Also, it's convoluted as heck because they say she's born in 1997, which is fair, but like, so her mom would have had to be pregnant. Like, there's too many hoops to really go through.
I know
to
what you're saying.
Be Billy Loomis's illegitimate child,
and he already had a child, right? Like, I think in the was it the 3rd Scream? There's like one of the killers was his other. Was it his other son or
Scream
something?
3, yeah, the Roman.
Yeah,
is the killer.
Roman, yeah.
Yeah, there was some weird storyline with that too.
So this kind of like that idea, but like I don't know. It's so complicated. You're right. I want to see like a Scream family tree like written out.
It does not make sense.
Yeah,
I don't think Billy had the time.
You don't think he had the time? Why are people upset at this? You know, at Sidney's mom in the beginning when Billy just be all over town with killer children.
Yeah, how does that work?
The weirdest message that it sends, like if you really think about it, is damn, if Sidney had just banged Billy, none of this would have happened.
What do you mean? But she did bang Billy.
One time. But I think they're implying that when he was going out and cheating on Sidney because she wasn't sleeping with him. And that's how he has the illegitimate daughter.
Yeah, which is... That's so true, Ben.
It's like, what are you trying to say? Like, this all wouldn't be here and still be around if Sidney had just banged Billy in the first place?
Huh. There's so many questions.
Yeah, or I just like, it doesn't go anywhere because Sam never becomes a killer. She's never really, I guess it's to try to do that parallel with Sidney and her mom and like this burden.
Yeah.
On your shoulders, and
it's a lot.
It's
also,
too
like,
much.
what does it mean? Like a family that kills together stays together? Is that what the message is? Like, I'm a little confused. I like the 6th movie up until like the ending point, to be honest, because it kind of lost me a bit. Like, I like that it subverted expectations when it reveals the killers, but I was like, hold up. Because I had some suspicions, but at the same time, I'm like, but what is their motive, though? You know, because it's always like someone within the group, and so it didn't. I don't know.
I think with, spoiler alert, with the killer being not Randy, what's his name? Jack Quaid's character. His family, it's like, for me, it's like, okay, but that's already been done in Scream 2 with Billy's mom.
Yeah.
Also, it's like, it's a lot of the new Screams, Scream 5 and Scream 6, it's a lot of things where it's like, okay, this obviously wasn't written by Kevin Williamson because that bite isn't there.
Yeah.
You're talking about being meta, you're talking about being subversive, yet you're not really doing anything current. You're not doing anything that really says anything.
Yeah, I mean,
it's kind of generic. It's like, okay, the family, cool.
I thought it was weird they collected everything too. Like, it didn't actually have anything to do with her family. Like, okay, I get like having a convoluted situation, but I kind of wish it was more related to like oh, maybe it was related to Billy Loomis, like his long lost cousin. I don't care. Maybe he put together that collection. I don't know, something crazy. But instead, it's like these randos. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
yeah, they're so random.
Why do they have such a connection to this?
Yeah, it's like, why do we care about them?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's my only issue with it is like,
Scream 6 is very fun. I think it's okay. For me, my problems with Scream 6, because I enjoyed it and it is a very fun time.
yeah.
But my thing about it is Scream 4, as far as a requel goes, is perfect.
It's really good.
It's more relevant, and it was made in 2011. It's more relevant than both of the Screams that came out in 2022 and 2023. It talks about, you know, the internet and internet fame and
Dating.
like how it uses cell phones, it uses streaming, it uses these things that really aren't prevalent in the new movies. Like, for me, for Scream 6, why? Like, we talk about Sam being the killer,
Yeah.
but why isn't there, for one, like, they're in New York City, why isn't there Dumois creating, like, Gossip Girl style posts?
Nikki, rewrite the script.
But also, too, if Kevin Williamson had, like, wrote the script, I know he'd say something about people's weird and fucked up, like, obsession with true crime.
It would be, do you think he would also have more like references, like pop culture references? Like, is that's what's also lacking a bit? Like,
yeah.
what is, I don't know.
They seem even almost more dated because they're not using these, like, what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm so surprised about the true crime angle not being there.
I thought it would be because like, Gale mentions it, right? She's like, that's what people care about these days or something. But that was it.
Yeah, and then fifth one, there's only like a Ring doorbell camera in the opening scene. Why isn't there a Ring camera? Like, Scream 4, or why for Scream 6, there's no influencers. No one's talking about their brand. In Scream 4, it is all about their brand. They're all self-aware.
Yeah.
Like, the Alison Brie character being like all about PR and using Sidney's victimhood to sell books. That even happens more nowadays.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree. I definitely feel like they could have done more with that. But
Or like Jack Quaid's character in the fifth one. In the fourth one, Rory Culkin and that other dude being like film bros and like film Twitter fuckboys before it exists.
No, I love that.
But but now it's like Litterbox bros. Like,
yeah, they could have done more. I mean, I feel like, you know, like in Scream 6, there's like a professor. There's like a film. There's kind of like it's implied there's like some type of film club happening at the college or something, but it's not explored like it is in like Scream 2 or like Scream 4. Like there's that one girl that kind of narrates. She's like basically like the Randy, right?
She is, yes.
Which I love that. But like, yeah, I don't know. There's not enough.
I mean, just because what infuriates me is I love the idea that she's Randy's like niece or something.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's their uncle. That's right.
Yeah, I love that. And I love that she knows the rules just like Randy. But just because you say something's meta and say something's a sequel or a franchise, it doesn't make the movie, like, it doesn't matter. You have to explore these things, explore these tropes, subvert the tropes. They only like touch in these new Screams. Like, they like tap and tap. What?
The other thing about that is that Randy was always right, but you assumed he was wrong because he was saying it. Whereas this girl,
the opposite,
is always wrong.
Yeah.
Remember at the end, she's like recounting all the things. She's like, "Oh, I was wrong about that, and I was wrong." Like, Randy was always right.
Randy was always right.
And Randy dies.
Justice for Randy. R.I.P.
True. Like, why didn't she die? She should have died.
I thought she was going to.
She should have died in like a news van or something.
Yeah.
Just like Randy.
That would have been cool. I mean, I
Missed
like her.
opportunities.
Yeah, they could have done. I feel like someone should have died.
Someone.
I don't know. It's almost too good. It's almost like a. I don't know if coddling's the right word, but you know what I mean. Like it's like happy ending kind of, but
Yeah.
but it's also like a horror movie. I don't know. It's also Scream. Like there's always someone who dies.
And the fun of Scream 2, even though justice for Randy, the fun is they actually killed Randy. That's cool.
Yeah.
Because they actually like did something that we're still talking about 25 years later.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, oh my God. I can't believe they killed Randy.
I can't believe they killed Randy. I know.
Yeah.
He was one of my, I feel like he's like an underrated character. Or maybe he's not, but to me, he's one of my favorites.
I love Jamie Kennedy. I could listen to him even now, like wax poetically about like Bitcoin and Malibu's Most Wanted. I like
that. What he's
dude.
doing nowadays.
He like has a whole YouTube channel where he like made like 5 videos talking about the production of Son of the Mask.
Oh, that's fun. Wait,
Yeah.
was he the son of the Mask?
He is the Mask. And the Son of the Mask is a baby.
That is really wild. Wow.
Yeah, I won't stand behind that one. I love Master of Disguise, but that's one I will not
but the
stand.
mask, I thought that was it whoever wears the mask is like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like Scream. Like there's
Yes.
different killers in every movie.
Except, yeah?
Was Jamie Kennedy in Master of Disguise?
No. That's a movie that I will stand,
Oh.
even though it's like one of the worst movies of all time. I will not stand Son of the Mask.
Do you think Master of Disguise should have had a sequel
You know?
and become a franchise?
No, because...
Starring Jenna Ortega.
Oh my God.
She could be the
She's
youngest disguise.
cuteness. Oh.
Yeah.
Or she's like the villain. The
Yeah,
guy
no.
that's...
That laughs and
that, like,
toots.
yeah, that like toots all over the place. That's Jenna Ortega.
Oh my goodness. I'm sensing some disdain.
good. No, that's actually a good idea. That's funny. That I would have a good time.
Yeah.
That would be subverting
entertainment.
expectations.
It would, yeah. Anyway, I don't know. Food for thought.
Yeah, no, why ruin a good thing?
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to say.
Agreed.
But I was about to be like, they didn't make another My Big Fat Greek Wedding. They're like working on
Yes,
the
they
third. They didn't create another Princess Diaries or Legally Blonde. They didn't mess with a good thing.
No, well, yeah. What is that though? Why do we have sequel? Like, is it just? I don't know.
I know.
Money.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Yeah.
What is your favorite horror movie sequel?
Horror movie sequel.
Yeah.
I feel like Freddy vs. Jason was good.
Ooh, with Kelly Rowland?
Yeah. I really like that one. I would also say this one is like, it's less horror and more comedy, but like Bride of Chucky. I really like that. Like, it's really funny.
Dude, okay. This is so embarrassing, but Bride of Chucky always scared me. Like the movie poster as a kid.
Yeah.
It always scared me so much.
Yeah.
That still to this day, I have not watched any of the Chuckies.
Gotta get over your fear. Okay. If you start with like Bride of Chucky or even a sequel, because the first one is pretty creepy and
Child's Play.
Yeah, Child's Play is creepy, but it's kind of fun in a way if you do end up watching that one and then watch Bride of Chucky, because then you're like, what was I worried about? Like, it's just, I don't know. Or just watch Bride of Chucky. Yeah, the remake I've heard is also kind of serious and scary as the original was intended, because it was supposed to be like a serious movie, and then I guess they just, when they did the sequels, they were like, let's just make it more campy and funny.
I love that, and I had no idea.
Yeah, I think you would love the camp of it all. Like, I forgot who plays the bride, but like, she's a hoot. Like that whole character.
Is it Jennifer Tilly? I think. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. She's great.
I really like Final Destination too.
Dude, how could I almost forgot about Final Destination.
That's the one with the logs, right?
Oh my god,
It's so good.
I'm so afraid to drive behind a car with logs, even to this day.
I will not.
I refuse. And Final Destination 3 for me.
Even better.
Yeah.
The roller coaster?
That made me afraid to go on roller coasters for a long time.
Yeah.
And they say you're not supposed to bring video cameras on there anyways, but I love how those movies, like it's so far-fetched that something like that would happen, but it does, like it makes it seem realistic.
Yes.
Like this could easily happen to you. Like don't take any chances.
I feel like the Final Destination, like especially Final Destination 3, it like planted things in my brain and everyone as a culture. Like if you talk to anyone around our age, they're afraid of certain things. They're like escalators. I'm kind of creeped.
Nail guns.
Kind of creeped.
Billboards.
Gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just remember like when that billboard just fell like straight on them, like cut them in half or something. I'm like, oh my God, no.
I do even love the first one too, how like Devon Sawa is like so like, you know, after the plane crash and he's like, I just know.
I gotta be honest,
know.
I've not seen the first one.
What?
Only second, third. I think I've seen the fourth one.
I mean, they get better.
Yeah.
But
I am curious though to see the one that started it.
I do love like Devon Sawa's initial fear though, and how no one really believes him. I mean, they do start to, and it's not as good as the second and third one for sure, but that like introductory scene to him and like the plot, do you know what I'm talking about, Ben? And like that fear of he's trying to convince people, that's creepy to me.
I almost wish they would explore that more now that you mention it.
Yeah.
Because that's, like, the feeling of, like, thinking that you're losing your mind, but also you see that it's very real. And, like, if someone brought it to you, you wouldn't believe them. But you're experiencing it and trying to explain it to people. It reminds me of, like, being falsely accused and being like, no, like, I didn't do, like, that. How scary that would be to sit with. That would be a really interesting thing to focus on.
Well, and the creepiest thing about that scene is it's in real time almost. So he's like, you guys have to believe me, like this is gonna happen like right now. Right? Like it's something that's kind of going on.
Yeah.
And you're feeling it with him. They kind of like lose the plot, but
Gotcha. But that initial like the fear and the does he like see things unfold basically, and then he's like, we got to stop this, and that's the whole idea, right? Is like the people that
but it doesn't go through the whole film.
Oh, okay.
It's like right there. He's like, I know this plane is gonna crash, right? I've only seen the movie a couple times, but I remember being like, this is something that is just, I know we're talking about this way too long, but do you know what I'm talking about, Ben?
Yeah.
It's only a couple minutes, and the movie's not really about that, right? It is, but it isn't.
What about that?
The initial plane, yeah.
He's on the plane. Yeah, it's like maybe in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. It's more the aftermath.
Yeah, but that
The
immediate
effects.
danger because he knows.
The butterfly effect.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a horror movie, but I found that one interesting.
Or in the sequel where she's holding up the traffic.
Yes,
Everybody's telling her to go, and she's like, I can't. Like, there's like the moral dilemma. Of, like, if I move and all these people die, is that on me?
Yeah.
You know? I don't know.
Yeah, what do you do?
Other notable sequel, Paranormal Activity 3.
The best one, Paranormal 3.
That one's really good. Yeah. I liked all the Paranormal Activities, honestly.
I surprisingly enjoyed them. That's another one I saw like last year.
Wait a minute. Did Paranormal Activity come out around the time of the fourth Scream? Is that maybe why it wasn't as popular? Because we were like shifting our focus.
We were very into like Cloverfield and
Found footage.
Yeah, found footage.
Yeah, found footage.
Oh, like what is that movie that's really terrible that people liked like back in 2012? That was found footage. It was horrible.
Wait, was it the one that's all online, or is that something else?
No. It's people really love it. It's not VHS, I don't think. Is it VHS?
It might be.
It might be VHS.
I don't think I've seen it.
VHS is, well, I don't even want to say it, but there's something like really messed up that happens like right in the very beginning.
Yes.
Yeah.
VHS is bad.
I turned it off.
Wow.
Yeah.
So gets a green tomato splat.
Yeah, it's a splat.
Wow.
I think that's where we were. going back to Scream 4, talking about Scream again.
Yeah.
It did hit in 2011, so we're getting over the, like, Prom Night and Friday the 13th and all these, like, remakes.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in between, like, getting over that. Found footage is still a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Body horror, we're on our 18th Saw.
Yeah.
And then this is right before Cabin in the Woods,
Okay.
which is on par with Scream 4.
Mm-hmm.
Hot take. And it's before, like, Sinister and getting into, like, more of, like, the Babadook elevated horror. So
Gotcha.
it is in this, like, weird gray area, but I think it's an underrated gem.
I think so too.
Underrated jobs.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like I want to see, like, more with that cast. I don't know, like, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Can we talk about the cast?
Yes.
This cast is like the class of 2011. It's perfect.
Yes.
I love Emma Roberts.
Mm-hmm.
I always have, I always stand.
I feel like she's great in, like, a horror flick too.
She's a great Scream Queen. I loved her in Scream Queens,
Mhm.
American Horror Story.
Yep.
But I think I think she's underrated. I think people hate her for really
She's a
arbitrary
Nepo
reasons.
baby, or
But she's not even really a Nepo baby.
yeah. I guess because, like, Julia Roberts. I was thinking, like, Julia Roberts. Like,
She
that's
definitely
her aunt,
helped.
right? Yeah. Because that's the only person I would think of.
But like your aunt,
Yeah,
that's not like your mom.
that's true.
It's not like Blythe Danner's your mom and like Bruce Paltrow's your dad or something.
Yeah.
It's a different level.
I know what you're saying. Yeah. No, I agree. It's not the same. It's just in the family. I'm like,
Yeah.
but yeah.
And also estranged. Eric Roberts and Julia Roberts were estranged. Maybe still are.
Gotcha.
So I think it was like Emma Roberts' mom who is still friends with Julia Roberts.
Oh,
So it's a happenstantial Nepo baby situation.
yeah. No, I think Emma Roberts is great. Like,
I like Emma Roberts.
I like Emma Roberts too. She's great. I like Hayden Panettiere.
Love her.
I feel like she was on a high, like a career high at the time, or like climbing. You know, she's.
And
I
I
don't
think it's cool that she was in Heroes too, and then you know she's in this.
I loved seeing her in Scream 6. Like, come back. I was like, yes, because you think she dies in Scream 4. Like, I was convinced. I was like, wait a minute. But I like that. I don't know. I love when characters reprise their roles.
I do too. I love Kirby, just silently like schooling all the Letterbox boys.
Uh huh.
I love Rory Culkin.
Yeah.
I find him adorable and creepy.
He's a little unsettling, honestly, but
I love all the Culkins. Give me a Macaulay.
yeah,
Give me a Kieran. Even a Rory. I'll take them all.
they're all cute. They all look the same to me, though. Like, I was very confused which Culkin it was. I was like, wait a second.
Like I can definitely tell Macaulay Culkin,
Yeah.
but Kieran
The other
and
two?
Rory,
No.
it's questionable.
Very questionable.
Who else?
Yeah, I'm like, who else was in this movie?
I really liked this opening scene. Talk about a movie within a movie within a movie. And it casts, speaking of relevant stars, I love that the opening scene you see Lucy Hale, who at that point was huge on Pretty Little Liars.
Yes.
It like immediately, and that's my favorite.
Yes, why didn't it
yeah.
catch with the kids at the time?
Yeah, and you see everyone, and then you get down to Anna Paquin, like True Blood is still on or just got off the air, and Kristen Bell.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? And Kristen Bell stabs her in the heart.
Mm-hmm.
Iconic.
Love that.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I love also how it does talk about like people wanting to do crimes
Yes.
to be relevant, like in the original Scream, but also they subvert it with they want to be the victim,
Yes.
which it's more than ever people want to be the victim.
True. Yeah, I feel like this movie, like, we didn't really need Scream 5. Like, I get it. It's been a long time between the Screams. But, like, Scream 5 felt like a knockoff of Scream 4. Like, I noticed so many things that I was like, oh, hey, wait a minute. This is just like this scene, or this is just like, you know what I mean? Even the hospital scene, it may not be exactly the same, but the idea, it's still like a little, and I know they all borrow from the past films, which I love.
Yes.
But like, I feel like there's like a line, you know?
I feel like Scream 5 is that weird territory where it's like, is this a requel or is this a remake?
Yeah, it didn't feel as fresh to me as like Scream 4.
Yeah.
Like, Scream 4 felt like a real like reboot.
Yes. And I think we did them dirty.
Yeah.
I also think Jill Roberts is a relatable icon.
Yes, I love how her last name is also Roberts. That confused me for like 2 seconds. I'm like, wait.
I love how she's actually like the first cunning killer since Billy Loomis.
Yeah.
And maybe his mom. But I love how she's like, when she does her like monologue, because the killers always have a monologue when they get revealed.
Oh, yeah.
And I love how she's like, what? Like, I'm going to go and work? And I'm like, I feel that in my core. Yes, I want to become Ghostface.
I loved her monologue. It cracked me up. What else did she say? She said like,
so good.
Hold on.
I also love her level of commitment when she stabs her own shoulder and like throws herself into walls.
Yes, that cracked me up so hard. She's like throwing herself into the picture frames, breaking the glass like,
table.
so dramatic. Like, jeez. Let's see.
Like, her commitment is very performance art.
Sick is the new sane.
It's the new sane.
That's her motto. Sick is the new sane. Yeah, no, I feel like it was saying a lot about at the time, like just
culture.
Yeah,
But also, we really haven't changed a lot since 2011.
Not
if
really.
anything, we've gotten worse.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like we breezed past that with the last 2 Screams, but
Yeah, they want to make it. They want to make it seem like leave it. The new Screams are kind of Leave It to Beaver Screams. If you know what I mean.
yeah, no one really gets hurt.
Yeah, and they're like, people kind of go on YouTube and kind of care about scary movies.
Yeah,
and kind of want to be killers. But there's no level of commitment to the bit.
I know what you're saying. Yeah,
I also like, why isn't Jenna Ortega the new Sidney?
I don't know.
I mean, no shade to this woman, but yeah, I feel like Jenna Ortega is the moment.
Sense. And she has bangs.
And she's the sole survivor, to quote Jill Roberts, my role model in life.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess they wanted to have 2. I don't really know.
Muddies the plot.
It's a little muddy. Yeah, because you can only really have one Sidney. I don't know.
Yeah, I think also what the new Screams do wrong, especially Scream 5, with all these plots that we're talking about, it feels very Scream 3 in a way, how they're really trying to say something, but it just it's kind of clunky.
Yeah.
Which Scream 3 is also a non-Kevin Williamson script.
I know. Yeah. But I really, I like it that it's a little clunky. It's a little wackadoodle. And I think that's why I like it. Because you're just like, what?
I will say Parker Posey is another icon.
Yes, I think that's what it is too, is Parker Posey just
As
nails
Gale.
it. Yeah.
And she really truly acts. Can I get your opinion about this since you like Scream 3?
Yeah.
So Parker Posey, to me, she plays Gale Weathers in Scream 3 like she's in a Christopher Guest movie. Like she's in, like, Christopher Guest directs Scream 3, like Best in Show style.
Okay.
She kind of acts like that, which I live for.
She does. No, she does. I love it. I love a good commitment to the bit, and she's just like fully committed. I feel like Parker Posey's great no matter what she does, but with that character, she just takes it to a whole nother level and just
she's giving Parker, like, all the Parker Posey isms she throws onto this character.
And Gale's already a really intense character and has like her like mannerisms and like what is the word, like not idiosyncrasies, but like her you know, her tics, like her neurotic
neuroses.
Neuroses.
No, is it neuroses? No.
Her little
Like in her mannerisms.
mannerisms.
Yeah.
But I think it's idiosyncrasies. No, is it idiosyncrasies? I don't know. I know what you're
whatever.
talking
You know what
about.
I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It's like the little things. I love it.
Yeah.
It's gold.
What about Gale? Greatest detective of all time?
Oh, love her.
Investigative journalist?
Love
She
her
is.
hiding all those cameras, like in the in like the fourth movie.
Mm-hmm.
When she hides the cameras and like just in
Oh
plain
my
sight and then
God.
puts a little bit of hay on top.
I love how Gale Weathers in the fourth movie, you know, everyone has these normal webcams or normal like security cams. And because it's established that she's been like taken off the case, she doesn't have a job.
Uh-huh.
It's like she doesn't have her like camera crew with her IT guy.
Nope.
She has these clunky like she has the clunkiest setup that she's trying to make work,
She will make it work.
and she does try to make it work, and I love how she does
Yeah.
stick that hay
Gale
on
Weathers
top.
does not give up.
No, and she's also Gale Weathers is a style icon.
She is.
That lime green suit,
Yes.
skirt suit that she wears, it rivals Fran Fine.
It does. No, I agree with you. That's my favorite look of hers. Like, I love that. I also love like her tacky highlights in the earlier Screams because
Love.
it was such a thing at the time. I thought it looked so cool.
Oh my god. Like, okay, in 1997, it seems like, don't quote me on this because I'm not that old, but that like mahogany highlights were in vogue. That was the thing that it girls in 97 were rocking.
Yeah.
So naturally, Gale Weathers, being the style icon that she is, has to. And I even love Gale Weathers' Scream 3, Betty Page.
Yes.
Crooked ass bangs.
I love those bangs. I was thinking that too. And the dress, she wears like this black dress that's very like sleek and has like the, I guess they're buttons or whatever down the
vaguely
middle.
remember. But I just remember she wears like a yellow top with the bangs because it became like a meme. Those bangs are so bad, they're good.
I know. I love it.
Just something about them. And then I read that David Arquette, who was married to her at the time,
Yeah.
suggested that.
Wait a minute. That's Dewey, isn't it?
Yes.
Dewey? Wait, hold on. I knew that was David Arquette and I knew that was Dewey, but I forgot that she married him.
Because remember
Courtney
that
Cox
episode?
Arquette.
Yeah, because remember that episode of Friends where they changed everyone's
her
names?
Last name. Yeah, I remember
They
at a
were
certain
like
point.
Jennifer Arquette.
They
and
did that in the third Scream too.
They did that. But no, but do you remember that episode of Friends where they changed everyone's last name to Arquette?
Yes. Just to to celebrate, I guess.
Yeah.
That's really cute.
I love that. I don't know. Speaking of that, because I'm nostalgic for a time like that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying that if Courtney Cox and David Arquette were still together, life would be better.
They're not together?
No. But see,
When did things
that hole in your
change?
heart.
My heart, it hurts. Why'd I have to find out this way?
They were divorcing around the time that Scream 4 came out.
But that was around the time. Well, no. Never mind.
But I love Allison Brie.
Mm-hmm.
Her character in Scream 4 when she comes up to Gale Weathers and she's like, "You were my 90s." I love that nostalgia play, and I so wish in the new Screams I had more of that, but I love it in Scream 4.
Yeah. You're right. They could play more on the nostalgia. They just kind of dip their toes into it. I want more. I don't know.
I want more chillin'. I want more killing.
Exactly.
Actually, I just want a scary movie. Can we get another scary movie?
Oh my god, yeah. I wanted to touch on that because I love that the Scary Movie franchise has parodied Scream so much. And I don't know if the idea started from Scream, because Scream was supposed to be called Scary Movie, right? Or
yes.
was that just like a cheeky reference?
No, it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so wild. Can you imagine if Scary Movie was Scream and
Scream was Scary Movie?
That'd be like in a parallel universe.
It doesn't hit the same.
It doesn't. No.
No. I love the first 3 Scary Movies.
Yeah. I think you're going to say Scream.
And I love... No. Okay. Can we rank
Yeah.
our Screams?
Let's rank our Screams.
go first.
Okay. Well, can I do it backwards, like from the 6th back?
Yes. Let's take it from the back.
Okay. So number 6 would be probably Scream 5. Number 5, Scream. Oh gosh, this is hard. This is a lot harder than I thought. I want to say like maybe Scream 2. But I love the concept of Scream 2. I love the concept of it being in a movie theater, I just want to say. And I bet at the time if you were in a theater, that would be really like meta and creepy.
Scream 2 is my favorite opening.
I love
hands
the
down.
opening. Yeah.
Jada Pinkett Smith getting stabbed at the screening of Stab 2, I think.
That's
it's
the best
so
part.
good.
It's like just I don't know. It grabs you in the beginning and you're just like, whoa, where are we going with this?
It is so good. And even her comment about like there's no black people in these things.
Yeah. I like how they tackled diversity in that film and just kind of made it like it was very self-aware or like about the horror genre in general.
And the black best friend trope, you know?
All the tropes.
But Jada Pink, that's so iconic. And her just at the screening and people think that it's on for like the show. It's for the movies.
Yeah.
That she's getting killed. I love it. And I love the star power of Jada Pinkett.
I agree. I know. That's why I'm like, I don't know if I want to put it so... I did enjoy it.
I would slap Chris Rock for Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yeah. Same.
60.
Dang, this is really hard. I thought I would know my rankings by now. I do have an answer.
Okay.
Maybe Scream 6 would be number 5. Because as much as I enjoy it, I think I may be more nostalgic for the earlier Screams.
Gotcha.
So
wait, I thought Scream 2 was your 5.
Yeah. But I like
can't
Scream
both
2.
be your 5.
No. Okay, maybe Scream 2 is my 5. Scream 3 would... Or, I mean, number 3. I can't count backwards.
Can I be honest? As soon as you said, can I count backwards, in my head, I was like... I don't know. Like, Bree thought this one through.
I didn't. I thought
I'd have to count backwards.
I thought it'd be easy. I can't count backwards. It's because the movies have numbers in the titles.
It's complicated.
Should I start? Do you think it'd be easier to rank it from first to last? Yeah.
Let's do best to worst.
Best to worst. All right, fine. Best.
It's also, I'm setting you up for that so I don't have to also show that I can't count backwards.
You're like, I cannot do this. Stop right now. Okay. So, best to worst Screams. I would say, I'm just going to say 3 because it's controversial. And it means I really enjoyed it. I think it's because it's my most watched version of Scream. So it's super nostalgic for me. I know it may not be the best. But 4 is really good. So I would say 4 would be second. But the first one's really good.
Yeah, the first one's iconic.
The first one's really good.
I could do a whole episode on the first.
Okay. 3, 1, 4. And what else do we have? Gosh. It's out of 6, right? So there's 3 more left. Okay. 6, 2, and 5.
Gotcha.
There we go.
Nice. So, okay, Scream 3
Yeah.
is a forgotten Scream.
Yeah.
I watched it last night. I did not hate the opening, except it really didn't tie back. Like, in Scream 2, we were really into Cotton Weary.
Uh-huh.
In Scream 3, he's the whole opening.
Uh-huh.
Which kind of confuses me, but I like the opening. I love the Creed music in the opening. I don't know why, but what makes 3 your number one?
I don't know. I think I really enjoyed the ending of it. I remember being like, I don't know. I just remember it just got me at the end. Like I was just like, "Ooh, this is so exciting!" Like, I think the idea of it being like the behind the scenes, like a movie being produced, and the killer like kind of going by the script. Like I like that concept. I like the concept of like the murdered, like trying to murder people like in that same, like the replica of the house. So it feels a lot like the first Scream, you know, and like Sidney's kind of reliving her trauma. And I don't know, it just kind of makes it scary. It's like you can't escape it. I don't know. I feel like there's something about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just like all those little elements.
Scream 3 really intrigues me.
Yeah.
To be honest, I do love that. A movie within a movie. I mean, talk about meta. Like,
yeah.
And I know that was the final goal in a lot of ways, was just cool.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about how they had to do a bunch of reshoots because the script got leaked online, but also Columbine happened, which kind of messed up, you know, some of their plans, and like there's not as many kills, and messed those things up. But then it's also funny that they couldn't kill as many people because of Columbine and be as violent. However, this movie is produced by Miramax and Harvey Weinstein, yet this movie deals with the casting couch. What the heck?
See, I forgot about that part. Yeah, that element, I guess, is a little creepy, but it's
hey, that's also meta. Like, it's weird to say that I'm nostalgic for that.
For a casting couch?
But no, I think we can give that one to Harvey. We can give that one to Miramax. It's like, you got away with it then.
Yeah.
But not now. You can have Scream 3.
Yeah. That's so crazy. I forget that too, that element. Because what was it before, like Dimension Films or...
I think it was always Miramax.
Has it always been Miramax?
But I think this Scream 3 is the one where Kevin Williamson turned in his script.
Yeah.
And then that other dude comes in. And basically, there's no more of Kevin Williamson's script. And you know, if it's a Weinstein production, you know Harvey's gonna be in the mix.
Yeah.
Which is also very weird that with Harvey Weinstein in the mix, he really was like Scream, like Ghostface level, like I can get away with a lot of things. Because why put a casting couch scenario in there when like you're doing that?
Yeah, that's weird. I know what you're saying. That thought, yeah.
So points off for that.
Points off.
But points on for Neve Campbell's wardrobe, for her costumes.
Yes. I love the fits in that movie.
Do you remember, like, I want to paint a picture, Brie. The year is 1999 or 2000.
Okay, I'm going there.
For some reason, we were really into Mahjong on our laptops.
Oh my God.
That we stole from our mom. And we were playing that Mahjong. And we had those, like, Asian, I don't know if they were Chinese, bracelets. Those beaded bracelets.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
We were gaga for those bracelets.
Yes.
Picturing in our head what kind of, like, Chinese symbol tattoo to get. A la Angelina Jolie, wearing those crop tops and cargo pants. The crop top probably also with like a Chinese symbol that didn't mean what you thought it would.
True.
Iconic.
What a vibe.
Such a vibe.
What a time to be alive.
And Sidney has one of those Mac computers.
Yes. Oh, I love when those make appearances in films.
I do too. I love looking at the set design and looking at Sidney's house.
Yeah.
And seeing just like all the knickknacks. It's so like early 2000s maximalist.
Yeah.
But with that slant, like she has those Asian beads.
I love that. I was going to say too, like, I just had a thought about like the set of it. Like, it's I feel like it's creepy. I don't know why I think movie sets are creepy. When they're not being used, something about them gives me like a weird vibe. I feel like there's other movies that have probably done that too, though. Like other than like The Truman Show, but like, you know, like something that's
Just that idea of like a movie set.
yeah, and getting murdered on one. I don't know.
Yeah, because like it's that comfortable. It's like it's supposed to look like something that you're comfortable and like looks like your apartment,
Yeah,
but it's not an apartment.
yeah, it's like something is off.
Yeah.
It's like an uncanny valley thing.
Yeah,
Valley.
it gave me an uncanny valley watching. I think because yeah, like I know this is like her house, pretty much almost like a replica, but it's something is off.
Something's off. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the Polar Express of set design.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, Nikki, what are your rankings?
Okay. Number 1 is Scream, the original. Nothing beats it. That movie I could watch every single day and not get tired of it. Obsessed.
It's iconic.
It is, like, truly. It just, the script, it just, everything about it. The casting, the script.
It sets the ground rules too.
It sets the ground rules. It creates this franchise that I love and I feel so passionately about. Number 2, Scream 4. But it's the perfect requel. Fight me on it. I want you to, because it's a great opening sequence. You know, it's a great, the way they cast the new characters, they're relevant actors. It just feels of the moment. And the script is also very good, written by Kevin Williamson. It hits all the beats. It's meta. It's everything that Scream 5 says it is.
Yeah,
But Scream 4 is.
it is way better.
And it's still relevant.
No, it is. It uses technology, like you were saying, like to me before we were watching the movie, like it does a better job using technology at the time. I mean, obviously if we were doing a movie now, we might have different cell phones, but you'd still be like on Facebook. Like you'd still be browsing the web. You'd still be like doing all these things.
Even more so.
Yeah.
But I think it goes there. It's talking about that. It's talking about Facebook. They have iPhones. Now it's not that different. We're just a little more evolved. So it kind of makes the new Screams moot.
Yeah.
That one just did it better. So that's number 2. 3, Scream 2.
Scream 2.
Best opening. Also, like, the scene where they're in the cafeteria and he's singing. It's a good scene.
Yeah. No, I do like that scene.
I also love her and her roommate when they encounter Ghostface in the car. Police car, that's a good scene too. So I'm here for that. I don't love the reveal.
Okay.
I don't care about Billy Loomis's mom.
Yeah.
But points for Timothy Olyphant, because I love anything he's in.
I agree.
Is it 4? No. Yeah, 4.
Which one are you on? Yeah,
4. Scream 6.
Okay.
If only for the opening.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the opening of Scream 6?
It is. I feel like it's so different than well, sort of. I feel like Scream 6, just in general, like having a different setting is kind of interesting. Or like saying that things can happen in a big city, like out in public, no one will notice, is almost scarier than, you know, like happening in your house or like, which it is scary. Yeah, it's just.
I also love that it's because, was it Tara, Jenna Ortega's character, goes to college. Like in the second one. That's a good requel. Points for Gryffindor.
Yeah.
So I love that.
That was smart.
I love that. I love seeing more of Jenna Ortega. In a way, even though I'm not the biggest fan of her, I think she is the moment.
Yeah.
And I think Scream star should be of the moment.
Agreed.
And that opening scene, as soon as they do the close up on Samara Weaving, I felt like Meryl Streep at whatever Oscars she's at. Just
Yeah.
being like, let's go. Because I am a big fan of Ready or Not.
Okay.
And Samara Weaving is her and like Lupita Nyong'o and Us. But that's a little more complicated. But I think Samara Weaving is the final girl of the past 5 years.
Oh.
Ready or Not's amazing, and she's amazing as the final girl.
I haven't seen Ready or Not. I gotta be honest. I thought that was Margot Robbie up there. I had to do a double take. I was like, wait a minute. I would have known if she was in this movie. And I'm like, that's not Margot
That'd be
Robbie.
cool, though.
Yeah.
No, but Samara Weaving is so... Ready or Not, so good.
Okay.
Also, Adam Brody's in it.
Oh. All right. He's cute.
Who was in Scream 4.
Yes. I was like, why does he sound familiar? I feel like I just saw him Scream 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I loved that. I even loved seeing... what's his name? Grand Budapest Hotel. The Spider-Mans.
Is he...
He was Flash in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Is he the cute
escaping
boy?
his name. He's the other guy in the opening scene.
Yeah, the guy they focused on.
Yeah.
The one that we like followed home. And he, like,
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I've seen him in enough things that I was like, yo, that's what's his face.
Yeah, he looked familiar to me. Yeah.
And I loved him. I love when he plays a douchey character.
He plays it well.
He does.
You want to punch him.
And I love that subverts it, because I was introduced to him through the Grand Budapest Hotel, where he plays like the exact opposite. So now seeing him play like a douchebag in Spider-Man and now this, I'm like, I don't know, I like it. It suits. So I love the opening.
It's really good. It's so frustrating though, because you're like, girl, don't do that. What are you doing? And she's supposed to be like a horror movie, like a professor, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then that is kind of meta, because she's like a final girl in Ready or Not. So it's funny seeing a final girl get killed in the opening of
Like
Scream.
immediately.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So for that, and for Kirby returning,
Yeah.
for a Dermot Mulroney appearance, looking like a zaddy with gray hair as the cop.
Yeah. No.
You know, I think if it was Rupert Everett, it might get a higher ranking though. Just
think
if we're
so?
doing the whole my best friend's wedding thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They should have cast him instead.
Yeah. But I like Dermot Mulroney better than Dylan McDermott,
Okay. That's so many
I think.
Dermots.
Yes. Dermot Mulroney, we're not ranking them though.
No.
But Dermot Mulroney, Rupert Everett, Dylan McDermott.
Okay. Yeah.
I
no, I
try
agree
not to
with
be
that.
meta within my Scream rankings, but I just thought you should know, Brie.
Rankings within rankings.
Yes.
No, I agree with that ranking.
So Scream 6, Scream 3.
Okay.
But I love Parker Posey. I love what it's trying to do.
Yeah.
And then Scream 5. Scream 5 is trash.
We agree on that.
Except the opening.
Except I liked the opening. And I mean, I like that the other characters came back. Like, I guess it had to happen for Scream 6 to also happen, but it's...
But
could've
also,
been better.
if Jenna Ortega lives in the Scream 5 opening, she needs to be the final girl.
Yeah, I agree. You're right. Why? I don't know why.
I'm sorry
Missed
to this girl.
opportunity.
I don't know this girl. Why do I hate her so much?
I do feel like she gets... I feel like Jenna Ortega overshadows the other girl a bit. Like, I don't know, but I think she's supposed to be a leading lady.
She's the Kate Winslet in The Holiday.
Oh.
She's acting like she's the sidekick when she's really the leading lady
Yeah. Agreed.
of the Scream franchise in 2023.
There's a scene in the beginning of Scream 6,
Mhm.
like when they're having that disagreement in the street,
Mhm.
where Jenna Ortega's like drunk acting just blows the other girl out of the water, and it's like, dang, like, okay, like, you can tell she's been working a lot. She's been getting in those reps. She's getting better at acting.
Mm-hmm.
And the other girl's just like, you know, she's playing the overprotective sister that's being told off, so she doesn't have a whole lot to work with outside of just taking in a hard truth. But
yeah, I know, I agree.
yeah,
When she snaps on Sam,
Mm-hmm.
like when they're in the street,
Yeah.
I was like, damn, Jenna Ortega is acting.
I know, I was thinking that too. I'm like, oh, look at her up there. Like, I forgot, you know, like she's not, because you see her in Wednesday and she's so deadpan, and a lot of people have compared her to like Aubrey Plaza, and which I get, you know, like kind of like April Ludgate in Parks and Rec. I can see that comparison, but like I think outside of that, like Wednesday realm, like she still holds her own. Like she can be other characters. Like she's not all just like she has emotions. I don't know.
Yeah, she's very good.
Yeah.
Also, why isn't Aubrey Plaza in a Scream?
She would be great. Oh my god, she could be the killer.
Wait.
What?
Why isn't Allison Williams in an opening sequence? She's our reigning Scream queen. Between Get Out and Megan?
True.
Bitch, please. What were you going to say?
No, she should be. I was going to say, what about like a dream Scream cast?
Aubrey Plaza, Allison Williams.
I know, we're just finding this out. Like,
Just for the opening.
that would be really cool.
I don't need them in anything else.
Okay.
What would your dream cast be?
I definitely feel like.
Not allowed to say Sidney Sweeney. She's...
Okay, no, I wasn't.
For me too.
I wasn't going to say her, but now I'm tempted. But I will refrain. I think Aubrey Plaza would be really cool. I think it would be fun if she was like the killer. Like I could see her being weird and obsessive.
Yeah.
Or maybe she's a long lost relative as well. I mean, who's to say? She has the aesthetic, you know?
She does.
Who else? Like someone who's not already a part of the franchise. Parker Posey, bring her back. No.
Oh my god. Oh, she dies.
Yeah, she
for
does.
sure. She straight up dies.
She does.
Unfortunately.
I don't know. I feel like it already has such a good cast. Like I love Courtney Cox and
Jenna Ortega's great.
You know what I just realized?
what?
That with Scream 6 and the core 4, because you inherently have to follow them, the opening scene can't be anybody that you're going to care about or know about. Like, it can't be a stranger that they go to high school with, you know, because they're not in high school anymore.
They could go to college with them.
Yeah, but very similarly to, like, I guess what I'm realizing about 6 is that you can't, like, it just has to be someone random and then find out later that they're kind of connected. But, like, because of the core 4, I feel like it's not going to be anybody you care about.
Well, same with all the other Screams.
I was gonna say, yeah, and the other, like, Scream 2, well, like, Jada Pinkett, her character was just someone in a movie theater.
Yeah.
And that's how Sidney finds out that it, like, follows them. So I wonder if they'll do something.
I just wonder if it being high school makes it work. Like, if 1 and 4 work so well, is it because they're in high school? It's almost like as soon as you leave high school, it gets a little tougher. Because then you have to immediately subvert that expectation, and then you... Which I guess breeds creativity, but it, like, inherently, like, unless they're going to open it and just kill, what is her name? Michelle Barrera or Melissa Barrera, like, immediately, and then be like, okay, Jenna Ortega's the final girl now. We've got rid of the overprotective sister. The younger girl's got to figure out how to make it on her own. You know, I feel like that's the direction you kind of have to go in. But,
Will
I
they?
could see that. I feel like they're gonna make. Is it Melissa?
No clue. I'm sorry to this girl. I feel like Keke Palmer talking about what's his name?
Something with an M.
Dick Cheney.
I think it's Melissa.
I think it's Melissa. Well, are they gonna make her a kill? Like, she has this. They keep showing her having this internal battle of, like, she could be like a killer. She chooses not to be, basically.
But
like,
she better be a killer.
But she might. Something's gonna. I feel like something might snap with her. You know, it would just make sense because it would kind of. Because I think they're trying to lead you away from her having that possibility. Because it's like, oh, she's over it. She threw the mask down. But, you know, something's going to happen. Maybe.
I hope so.
I don't know.
That's a swing.
That would be a swing.
I'd rather...
And then her younger sister maybe ends up killing her. And then being like, oh my God, it was her all... I don't know. I'm just... I could write some fanfic, I guess. I guess
so. Or
I just like, where do you go from here, I guess, is the question. Like,
I mean, what's her name in the movie, Sam? She would have to snap really hard.
Yeah. She's been holding it together.
Try to kill her friend
and her sister?
Yeah, her friends and sisters. She, like, I don't see that happening. It's,
no.
Which sucks.
Yeah. Oh, man.
They really have given her no place to go except to die.
They've written this girl into a corner.
For real.
But
yeah,
that's why Jenna Ortega should have just been the new Sidney. Don't make a Billy Loomis subplot. It's too muddy.
Yeah.
But
oh well.
But I'm looking forward to Scream 7 because Scream 6 was way better.
Yeah, I agree. Scream 7 has to be good.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, Scream 7 could be like Jenna Ortega's trying to get through college, just live a normal life, and she has like an OnlyFans stalker. You know, that's like...
Why would she have an OnlyFans?
Because we're living in the times.
No.
You know? Or maybe that was their way of like... I don't know, I'm just saying, like,
okay.
From all these things, there's like a lot of modern things where like maybe her roommate is on. And that's
okay.
Out and like, you know, start to like piece in some of this shit. Like, why didn't they include deepfake technology?
Oh, yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
Or for Ghostface.
Yes.
Ghostface. Like, which is the one... What Scream is it where... Is it the third one or the fourth one? Is the third one.
Where they use Dewey's voice? Or no?
Yeah, no, where they use Cotton's voice.
Oh, they use Cotton
In
too.
Scream 3. They use Cotton's voice. Like,
Yeah.
Ghostface uses Cotton's voice to kill his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
They should do something like that with deep fakes.
Yeah,
That would be smart.
AI technology.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
That's when you bring Allison Williams into the fold because she is Megan now. But I also... She isn't Megan. She's in Megan.
Yeah.
I'm glad about Samara Weaving being in the opening, but I will say Jenna Ortega in the opening scene of Scream 5 talking about how she only likes elevated horror and there's no Anya Taylor-Joy to be found. Maybe she's too good for the Scream franchise.
Maybe.
But there's no... Allison Williams could fit the bill. Or Lupita Nyong'o, or
Florence Pugh,
or
Timothy Chalamet. No, I'm just kidding.
No, not Nat Wolf, Alex Wolf, who's in Hereditary. He'd be perfect in the cast. Bring someone from that genre, which is the prevalent horror movie genre right now.
Yeah, the horror movie. I know what you're saying. Yeah, honestly,
or make the concept of Scream.
Excuse me.
Subvert elevated horror in a way, or just be a straight counter to it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Do something with it. Like,
yeah, make it commit.
Yeah.
Like Ghostface.
It does feel a little like, what are we doing here? What are we going to do with this?
Well, even Ghostface in this one can't commit.
That's true.
To a lot of people. Like, why is he not killing any of the core four? He stabbed him a bunch.
Yeah, that's true.
I know. He's like the most brutal Ghostface too. But he
he's like,
doesn't kill anybody.
How does he, like, passion, like OJ style, stab so many people?
Yeah.
And not kill them?
It doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Our rankings were off by like 1.
Really? Ours?
Yeah. Mine is 1, 4, 2, 6, 5, and 3.
3's at the bottom.
Sorry,
Justice for 3. No, I'm just kidding. I know it's not the best.
Yeah, 3 to me is like, I'd almost rather just not exist. The only thing I liked about it was Jamie Kennedy's like tape to like if you're watching this, I'm dead.
I loved the tape. Yeah.
Yeah. To me, I was like, how is he hardly in this and stealing the show?
This is a missed opportunity. I forget this girl's name, but the girl who plays the niece of Randy, why didn't she die? Because in the third one, they could have done a video recording.
Oh.
Where she's laying out the rules. Because in the requel,
I know what you're saying.
They go through the beats.
She's always laying out the rules. Yeah. Dang.
It's the damn 4. You can't introduce it. Or they didn't have the balls to introduce it and ruin it in the same movie.
Because they do with Randy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm curious to see where this franchise is going to go.
Same. I'm sorry, but I feel like I've been talking the whole time just on my high horse.
No, you're fine. No. You make sense to me. Yeah.
So
What?
next week, what's your topic where you can
Be on my high horse?
be on your high horse?
I don't know.
Seabiscuit.
Seabiscuit? I don't know if I ever saw Seabiscuit.
I hate Tobey Maguire, so I'll just try to refrain from my passionate speech about Tobey Maguire.
Oh.
Trying to think of other movies with horses.
Spirit.
Oh my God!
The one and only.
the something of the Cimarron,
Something like that.
the stallion of the
He's-
Cimarron.
he's a stallion.
That movie slaps.
Yeah, it was really good. I don't know. I feel like it's forgotten. Like,
Wasn't it? Was it up against? No, it was the year after. It was up against Spirited Away for Best Animated Feature at the Academy Awards.
yeah, I remember it was very moving, but Spirited Away is still,
It's GOAT.
yeah, it's go.
I mean, what's the face in Spirited Away is kind of like Ghostface.
Honestly, actually, isn't he called Ghostface or no? No face.
No face.
No face.
Yeah, dangerously close.
Dangerous.
No face. Ghostface.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very similar vibes and aesthetic. Though I think No Face is actually a little scarier
Totally.
because he can eat you. Like, he always scared me.
Yeah.
Is Spirited Away a horror film?
That opening scene where they're eating the food
And they turn into pigs. It's actually terrifying.
Unsettled me.
Yeah.
It is unsettling. I think Spirited Away isn't a horror film, but I think
Not even elevated horror.
it could be elevated, and it also tackles so many this is not a Spirited Away podcast, but it tackles a lot of themes that I think even adult movies don't tackle.
Mm.
It's very special.
Yeah.
Anyways, get
No,
really
but-
serious about Spirited Away.
It does have that like Pinocchio Pleasure Island thing where they're like turning into donkeys and it's like creepy and unsettling.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like Pinocchio freaked me out when I was a kid. I didn't like that.
If you want to see a really scary movie, see the off-brand Pinocchio movies that are animated. Not the Disney ones. There's other ones.
Are you talking about the Guillermo del Toro ones that came out on Netflix?
Not recent ones. No, these are
Okay.
old ones, and they are scary as hell. Like, you will get nightmares.
Oh, like the off-brand Ratatouille.
Yeah,
What is that called?
ratatouille.
Ratatouille.
But the animation's pretty decent, but it's like horrifying. Like,
Okay.
it gave me nightmares. And there's like this weird carnival and this weird like, what is it, a ring man of the circus that is like, it has this creepy mustache. He looks like Waluigi.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, it's actually on YouTube now, I think, if
Okay.
you want to watch. If you want to have nightmares tonight.
Say less, fam.
But anything else before we wrap it up?
I'm trying to think what else. Oh, did you have?
No, you go. Sorry.
Oh.
It's not my podcast. My bad. I just got hype about something.
What?
Oh, I was gonna say that you can tell a good Scream movie, or at least that it was written by Kevin Williamson, when Gale Weathers has bite.
Yeah.
You're so right.
Yeah, I noticed that when we were watching Scream 4 the other night, that I was like, man, like, she's not this, like, well written. Like, only Kevin Williamson knows how to write Gale Weathers, it seems.
I loved her in Scream 4. I loved her sass. I loved her, like, talking to the female police officer, like, Dewey's partner, and she's like,
Loved it.
what did she say? Your lemon cakes taste like ass. Yeah.
Yeah. Lemon squares taste like ass.
Yeah, the lemon squares. And then she said something else, like, if you're gonna act like my husband, put a mustache on.
Yeah.
And I was like so weak at her lines. They were so funny.
So good. Gale Weathers fan until the day I die.
Same. I love how she's always dodging punches.
Yes. She can take a punch too.
She can. She's like, yeah, I got punched. And what? She's like, that was great. Did you get
Yeah.
that? She's like, don't stop rolling.
No, I love it because she is in it for the fame,
Uh-huh.
but also she has a heart.
She does. I love her character.
Also, she can, like, fight with the best of them, including Ghostface.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's fierce. And a good detective. And some of the best lines.
Truly the best lines, best style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think she's needed in the franchise. It wouldn't be the same without her.
If Courtney Cox is not in Scream 7, I will be dragged to the theater kicking and
Will you
screaming.
scream? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kicking and screaming.
Screaming. Yeah. I see. Same. Hopefully in Scream 7, Neve Campbell will be there.
Mm-hmm.
She's iconic. These are her films.
Maybe she'll pull a Scream 4 and just be like, move aside, Jenna Ortega and sister.
Uh-huh.
You don't fuck with the original.
You know, yes. Oh, I loved that when she
comes
said
back.
that. Yeah.
But
I think them mentioning her in 6 is their way of being like, okay, we didn't get her this time, but we're keeping her in the universe. We're going to try to get her back.
Yeah.
unless they're pulling an Anne just like that, where they have a
Just
whole
like Samantha.
Yeah, they have a whole storyline about Samantha. And then you ask Sarah Jessica Parker about Kim Cattrall coming back, and she's like, no, we're not even going to ask her. That's like over.
Yeah.
So they could be doing that with Neve Campbell. I hope not.
hope not. Maybe they'll like pay her for real. I hope.
Pay Neve.
Yeah. Gotta get someone to get a petition started.
Yes. Justice for Neve Campbell.
Mhm.
Justice for Scream 4. Justice for Gale Weathers, Bangs, and Scream 3.
Amen. Period.
Well, thank you guys so much for listening.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.